epic. Live for the first time here on YouTube. Going to give everybody a behind the scenes tour of my new studio for my up and coming podcast. And I'll be getting into the name later on. So I'm going to start by showing everybody around a little bit here in the studio. Little by little, I'll give everybody a little sneak peek. Ooh, so we got the lights there. Some of the lights that we're using for our show. There it is, a green screen. So we have a green screen area set up. You know, if we want to take pictures, do some fun stuff, some creative stuff. So these are some of the lights that we're using. Newer lights, that's the brand name, Newer. As I turn around here, you'll see the desk, my workstation that I have, with my microphone set up. These mics here are probably going to be the mics that I'll be using for the podcast. So I'm looking forward to getting maybe a few more of these mics. Pretty expensive though, but so is a lot of this equipment here. But that's part of the investment, is doing this new show, this new podcast, this new YouTube channel, is putting in time and effort and an investment for the future. Here throughout the studio, got a little bit of epic merch. This is a sweater that I worked on, 90s kids. Because I'm a 90s kid, grew up in the 90s, 1990s, so decided to do a little 90s inspired merch. Here's this, I'll turn the camera around, but here's this hat that I worked on too, 90s. Along with some more epic merch. Now that was epic. So as I zoom out here, you do see some of the stools that I have. So this will be pretty much like the podcast area, in which either me, my guest, maybe another host, maybe I'll be doing a lot of segments here, but this is pretty much the setup that I have. You can see it's very 90s inspired, a lot of Pokemon, Dragon Ball, a little bit of 80s in there, some Smallville as well, the 2000s, right? Banjo-Kazooie, my favorite. So some of the lighting that I have there, you can see some of the lighting that I set up behind all of this. Wait a minute, is that a 90s fanny pack? What? A lot of fun. I wanted a fanny pack. I'm a big fanny pack guy, so I decided to create a 90s Now That Was Epic fanny pack. So for anybody out there who wants some epic merch, oh no, Charmander, what happened? You ate the bones. Got to get up, Charmander. So pretty much this is the studio that I'll be utilizing. Smallville. Always hold on to Smallville. See you soon, Michael Rosenbaum, Tom Wellen. I'm coming to see you guys do your podcast. So this is the desk, like I said before. This is the desk setup that I have here with a microphone, desk chair, my Pokemon laptop. I got a 90s inspired Pokemon laptop, yeah. But then over here I have my iPad Pro, which I'm going to be utilizing for video, as well as like teleprompter, reading scripts, stuff like that. Anything that I want to utilize that for. Again, I have the green screen all set up, so if we want to get creative, we can dive into some other worlds. A little bit of green screen. Got the tripod set up over here with the Canon M50 camera on it. Haven't used that in a while. It's probably going to go back into storage or back to my buddy who lent it to me, so I'll probably be giving that back to him soon. But I'm going to be upgrading my equipment as I go along. But for now, the podcast, these are the lights that I have set up. This is the pretty much backdrop, the studio here. So these are some of the angles, some of what it'll look like. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully some of my family friends will want to come on and be a part of the podcast. I'm going to be on this podcast. Now let's get into that. On this podcast, I'm going to be bringing on a lot of guests because I can't do it just me. I'll be a talking head. It won't be a lot of fun. But the guests that I want to bring on are family, friends, people I know or people that I've met throughout my journey, throughout my life, coworkers, and pretty much anyone who has a story that they want to tell about their struggles, their hardships, their triumphs, their inspiring stories. So this podcast is going to be a very real podcast, a very tough conversations, real conversations, and that pretty much leads me directly into the name. The name of my new show, my new podcast, Let's Get Real. I'll be the host, Eddie. Now That Was Epic is my YouTube channel, but I'll be having Let's Get Real podcast for anyone who wants to come on and talk about their stories, talk about their businesses, talk about what it was like growing up for them, what keeps them going. Are they 90s kids? Did they grow up in the 2000s? There's a lot of things that we can get into, but the basis of it is it's going to be real people, real stories, real conversations. And so that's it, pretty much. Let's get real. Coming soon. As you can see, I've got my setup here. I'm still working on getting more equipment. Like I said, most likely some new chairs and a couple of different upgrades for the studio here. But all in all, that was a quick little tour, probably a little bit too long, but a quick tour of Now That Was Epic and what's to come soon. Looking forward to getting a couple of these new mics. Rode Wireless Go 2 is what I have right now, but I'm looking at the Rode Pro. So those most likely be the mics because I want to do wireless, everything wireless. No tripping over cords, no having to worry about stuff dying. So pretty much charge it up and go out on the road because I'm probably going to take my podcast out on the road. But once again, thank you everybody for joining me, coming along. I'm excited for this journey. So I look forward to you guys coming on, being a part of the podcast, sitting here, right here next to me, right beside me. Get some merch, man. The 90s. Now that was epic. See you soon. Peace.